It's Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Zizo. A dominant performance there. How did it feel getting back in there?
It felt great, you know, it felt great, and what feels even better is getting back in there tonight on Saudi Founding Day, which they're celebrating for tonight, and it's tomorrow. That's how we do it, you know. The Saudis do it for the Saudis, not just for themselves, and that's what my career means to me. I get to be a superhero, and when you're a superhero, you do it for everyone else but yourself. We've seen it in the movies, and now we see it in real life.
And can you explain this special day to everyone that doesn't know about it?
Look, Saudi Founding Day is a day where we celebrate our pride, our passion of Saudi Arabia, our love for Saudi Arabia, the kingdom, the monarchy, everything. You see the people celebrating all weekend. We don't just celebrate on the day and the night. And I actually have a message to the world. If you come to Saudi Arabia, I want you to come on either Saudi National Day or Saudi Founding Day and just see how crazy we go, how the cars turn green, how the flags are bigger than buildings, and that's how we celebrate in Saudi. You know, our pride, we are very patriotic people. We love Saudi Arabia. Say a word against us, you'll get slapped, but say a word with us and for us. We love you, invite you to our homes.
We were at Boulevard City last night and we were dancing, they had some music going, it was packed. So busy, it was really good. Let's get back to your fight though. Loads of improvements there, I think. Pretty much a flawless performance from you, minus the stoppage. Were you gutted to not get him out of there?
You know, I'm just taking it round by round, day by day. You see, I think that was my problem in the beginning of my career, where I was always out looking for it. And I was always out disappointed if I didn't get it. But I wasn't disappointed after the fight. I was always disappointed in the middle of the fight. And that would affect my performance. A round would get over and a round would get done. I'd be closer to the final, you know, bell and the end of the fight. And I always say to myself, what am I doing? Why isn't he out of there? I can't believe I didn't get him out there. And that affects me as the rounds go by. But today, I took it you know, round by round, minute by minute. Once a round is done, it's gone. Once I'm in a round, I don't look after it. And that's just the way I'm planning to carry myself, moving up the rounds, especially, which is what I want to do, go into 8 rounds next.
Definitely, and you did everything off the jab. You worked the head and body, you weren't head hunting, you cut the ring off quite nicely, and you were defensively there. He wasn't throwing back because he was worried of what was going to come, but you were still defensively minded as well.
Look, I've been sharing a video on my Instagram for 9 weeks now, every single day maybe, or every single weekend in camp. It's Pep Guardiola talking to the Man City players on the documentary of the treble that they did. And he said, the biggest advice that I'm going to give you is that, are your thoughts going to control you, or are you going to control your thoughts? He said, it's all in here. It's all in that frontal lobe. If this is here, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to do well. I'm going to fight. I'm going to trust my jab. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to do this. Then they will not survive. They will not survive. At the end of the day, that's what I did. I keep playing that clip of Pep Guardiola talking about the mentality every single day and every single night before I sleep. He's just a magician when he speaks mentally, and that's what I did in the locker room. That's what I did in the midst of the rounds. And you said he wasn't throwing back as much. That is true, but I had to still be sharp because he wasn't throwing back, you know, worried about it, and he wasn't throwing back, you know, like just not wanting to. He was setting me up. He was setting a trap, jabbing to the body. He wants to go with the overhand right because I have that Jesse Burnett defense. So I know where the openings are, and I have to see the hooks. I have to see all of that. But again, Pep Guardiola talk about the thoughts and them consuming you or you controlling them is what really got me there, after God, of course.
And lastly, I just want to talk about your camp. Obviously, you was at the Rotunda. How was it, obviously, building up to it? You've obviously showed loads of improvements. Will you be going back there, most importantly?
Liverpool is the real meaning of you never walk alone. You know, the city, not just the club. I actually mean it. Liverpool is the meaning of that. And I was in Liverpool at Four Corners Gym, actually, with John Gillies there and the Smith family, who Paul Smith co-manages me. But when you're in Liverpool, one day I go back or I don't go back, I feel that you never walk alone thing. To all my sparring partners in Liverpool, I never sparred the same person twice, by the way, for 8 weeks there, 9 weeks there. They all came, they all supported me, they all gave it to me. I'm telling you, of the 7 of the 8 weeks of sparring, I probably got my behind handed to me the 7 weeks, and I only got it right on the 8th. You know what I mean? But that's what
how it should be.
That's how it should be, and that's what Liverpool does to you. Look, you could beat maybe fighters in Liverpool skillfully each round, or maybe round you'll beat, but you will never beat them mentally. And that's what I loved about Liverpool. They pushed me to the brink of giving up. the brink of quitting, the brink of not thinking that this isn't for me. And that's what I said in the press conference. If you want to be seated at the table we were seated at, if you want to be at this stage, you have to be pushed to that brink. But you will only be here if you push past it. And that's what I did. But I will definitely be back to Liverpool. I actually plan on moving there permanently to Liverpool after Ramadan. You know, this is my life. I travel where Buddy McGirt is, but I'm going to make Liverpool my home. And speaking of Liverpool, Mo Salah, thank you. Thank you, man. I met with Mo Salah 2 weeks before my fight. I was down. He lifted my spirits. He boosted my morale. This man talked to me about the mentality, how to peak perform despite the pressure, despite the weight on his shoulders and the weight on my shoulders. And he just told me, go out there and enjoy. He said, I told him, how are you doing it with your contract on the line? It's your last year maybe at the club. The people want you to stay, but the club isn't offering a contract. How are you doing all that, you know? I'm not going to give details what he told me about the contract situation, but he just told me that he doesn't focus on the performance. He focuses on enjoying the what might be his last season. He focuses on enjoying the match, and he knows that if he enjoys, the performance will come. And that's what I did out there today. In the ring walk, enjoying. In the ring, I don't know what took so long for the feed to start. But when you're standing there in front of your opponent for a minute, enjoy. And with that, the performance will come. So, Mo Salah, thank you.
A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much. I'm not going to ask you what's next. Enjoy a bit of time off.
Ramadan.
And I'll see you next time.
Ramadan, family and prayers and faith.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, bro.
Thank you, brother.